Hi, it's Ted Deutsch with the American Jewish Committee. This is 10 from Ted, and it's a special edition because today's really an historic day. The Biden administration unveiled its U.S. national strategy to counter anti-Semitism. I want to thank President Biden for his leadership on this issue and his powerful words today. Also speaking today and for their incredible commitment to getting us to this point, I want to thank the second gentleman, Doug Emhoff, Ambassador Susan Rice. I want to thank the remarkable Ambassador Deborah Lipstadt for everything that she does every day to fight anti-Semitism and for her many contributions to this important plan. And I want to thank Liz Sherwood-Randall as well for her leadership. It's 10 from Ted, so I want to give you 10 things that are in the plan that I want you to know about. First of all, there are real actions. More than 100 actions to be taken by the federal government and more than 100 more across society that this plan calls for. These are serious efforts that will lead to change. Businesses, universities, Congress, state and local governments, everyone has a role to play. Number two, the plan calls for unprecedented cooperation. Strategy involved 40 different government agencies: the Department of Defense, the Justice Department, the Small Business Administration, the Department of Agriculture. The cooperation to get us to this point and come up with meaningful actions that everyone can take to fight anti-Semitism is so dramatic. Number three, the strategy is actually similar to AJC's call to action against anti-Semitism. We recognize that this is a whole of society approach, and so does the Biden administration. There are all of the actions the government is taking, the administration is taking, and then there is a call on all of the other parts of government to act as well. That's how together we will be able to really combat anti-Semitism. Number four, the White House reaffirmed the administration's embrace of the IRA definition. If you're going to fight anti-Semitism, there has to be a way to define it. And when more than 1,000 businesses and other institutions and governments across the world, more than 30 states have adopted that definition, the administration in its plan was right to embrace that definition again. Number five, the plan deals with safety, the safety and security of Jewish communities. It improves data collection so that local governments will be able to do more to ensure that accurate data about what's happening on the ground is reflected. It has full funding for the No Hate Act. It provides a resource guide for the Department of Homeland Security and better training for institutions, all with the important aim of keeping the community safe. Number six, and this is a big deal. It's about fighting anti-Semitism, but the plan also acknowledges the importance of recognizing the place of Jews in America, increasing awareness and understanding of Jewish American heritage. It talks about the role that state and local governments and media and sports leagues and others can do to help raise awareness about the Jewish community. It is particularly important that we do that and have that conversation, and as we're not quite at the end of Jewish American Heritage Month. Number seven, it deals with anti-Semitism at universities and in education more broadly. It calls on schools and colleges to treat anti-Semitism with the same seriousness as other kinds of hate. It promotes an awareness campaign for anti-Semitism in K-12 and on college campuses. It reminds schools about their Title VI obligations and that they apply to Jews, and it calls on schools and universities to issue clear denunciations of anti-Semitic acts when they occur. Number eight, it recognizes that online is a place where anti-Semitism spreads, and it develops steps to combat anti-Semitism online. It holds that social media companies have accountability here, that there needs to be algorithmic transparency from social media companies. The tech platforms need to improve their standards so that they explicitly address anti-Semitism and that recognize that there's no place for it on their platforms. Number nine, this is also really important. It recognizes the importance of solidarity here, building cross-community solidarity and collective action. Anti-Semitism never just affects the Jewish community. And calling Jewish heritage and history and anti-Semitism to be taught by other faith leaders is a way to help bring all of our communities together. The Office of Public Engagement in the White House will have a week of action for other groups. The Office of Faith-Based Initiatives will create a toolkit that all can use. This is an important way for us to work together to confront anti-Semitism, which in turn will help us confront and combat hate of all kinds and help to sustain and safeguard our democracy. Number 10, it has the steps that need to be taken going forward. The White House has to keep up the momentum. That's why there are deadlines that have to be met to get these things done. There are cabinet level meetings that will take place to make sure that it happens. Everyone, not just members of the Jewish community, must address anti-Semitism. Our State of Anti-Semitism, AJC's State of Anti-Semitism in 2022 report found that 9 in 10 Americans believe that anti-Semitism is a problem in our country for everyone. That's what the Biden administration reflected today in this very important announcement. You can come to ajc.org for more information about this plan. We are, again, so grateful to have the opportunity to help contribute to the plan, to work with the Biden administration as the plan is implemented, and to stand together, all of us, to confront anti-Semitism for the good of the Jewish community, for the good of everyone in our society, and as we do that, for the good of our nation as a whole. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.